Hey, what's up, fishing freaks? It's your boy, Nature Boy here. About to get geared up, hooked up. It's a tour that, end of the summer season where these bass are just live and just out there and popping. I mean, it's almost that time to flip the chart to the good old winter season. And almost around December time, these bass slow down and get into that mode where they just want simple baits. I'm gonna be throwing some simple baits. I might throw a little speed bait, you know what I'm saying? Colorado Blade, which is my favorite. Followed by KVD Clear Plastic, but I do have another one. So I'm gonna do that, some slow baits, a little speed bait, but I'm ready. Are you ready to pop them rods? Hi, and welcome to Tactical Fishing. Your boy, the Nature Boy here, ready to get started with some good old bass fishing. Let's pop the rod. All right, welcome guys to Tactical Fish. Like I said, I'm up under the underpass. Once again, welcome to Tactical Fishing, guys. It gets a little noisy because we are up under an underpass. But first bait of choice is gonna be Colorado Blade Gray. This is a great lure. The water is kind of dingy, if you can tell. The water is kind of dingy. So I'm gonna rock with the Colorado Blade. Rock with them. I'm just gonna, this is a speed bait where speed bait is just a bait that you can use, versatile bait like Colorado Blade. You can throw this anywhere and work your area really fast. So I'm gonna be doing that and talking about the bait. Well, Colorado Blade, just throw it out, reel it in how fast you want it. This area is good for Colorado Blade, open area, rocky, kind of low visibility. It's all green, but this is a great area to work it because these fish like, open water fish like stuff like Colorado Blades, lipless crankbaits, open areas. I never hooked up anything on a Colorado Blade at the pond before, but it probably will work. But I'm just throwing it out, doing like a medium reel. Just working that Colorado Blade along the rocks. Like I said, it's like a speed bait. So I'm gonna work the majority of this side, you know, I work to the other side. I'm gonna let it sink a little bit because the current is carrying my lure. So I'm gonna nose dive it a little bit. The current is going right, so you always want to cast where the current is going. So the current is going right, it's best to throw it right. I learned that with that Colorado blade. It's pretty deep. There it is. I learned the best throw away from the current, because if the current's moving this way, smaller fish have a rough time going that way, so they're easy to get picked off by the bigger fish. So we're just gonna work this blade a little bit and see what we can pull out. Like I'm doing a medium reel. So just basically just medium swimming it in this current. So these fish might think it's a struggling fish trying to move up current. It's a beautiful view. Look at that. Little overcast, little noise, but this is the best places to fish if you want to do bank fishing. I suggest finding areas like this. You know, it's easier, deeper water, more fish, more potential for fish. I'm just moving down so I can get into a different cast area on these rocks. Like all this is rocks, so you can throw a football jig in this kind of area. You know what I'm saying? So it's open water, just clear open water. It's a great spot. I'm glad I found it. Glad I stumbled upon it, because this is a great spot for me as a bass fisherman. It's a great spot. So we're gonna speed bait it. And see what it do. Once again, I'm throwing a Colorado blade silver. It's a very good color. Silver, looks like a little bait fish running. So I'm gonna throw it along the bank, along this side of the bank. A lot of fish, small fish, like to hang tight against the rocks, away from the bigger fish. So that's why I'm throwing it parallel to the bank. I'm throwing it away from the current, because the current is going to my right. So I'm gonna throw into the current toward the right. So, ooh, that was a rock. I found out that this is a Colorado blade is good for smallmouth. Smallmouth like this kind of stuff in this area, part of town. I mean, especially at night. Very good bait to use at night. With all that silver flash, that flash and pop. I'm gonna let it drift a little bit. Give me some hang time. Give me a little bit of hang time. Next, I'm gonna use a swim bait. There's some fishermen right there. Hey, the Colorado blade works over here. I'm gonna throw it one more time. The Colorado. Colorado bleed. Then I'm work the swim bait. Then I'm gonna work the, go a little bit faster. Then I'm gonna work the ground and pound with the trick worm. So like I said, speed bait, something that can move across the water really, really fast, that you can catch fish on. So that's it for the Colorado blade for today. Let's go back. I should have brought my rod with me. Walking over the rocks. Woo! But yeah, nice area, man. Open water. Like I said, it's good for, if you're a bank fisherman like me. I won't be for long, but boat is in the process of getting. So if you're a bank fisherman, places like this works very, very well. Or if you're in the area, try out Duke Energy Explorium. It's just like this, but less rocks. Very versatile. They have a lot of striper and channel cat and spotted bass. Ooh, what a cast. No. With this current, start popping. All right, what I'm throwing is the KVD Strike King Perfect Plastic. It's weighted, it's a 3 right there, it's drilled in. Perfect for speed baiting. Just throwing out as a speed bait. So what I'm doing is giving it 3 pops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Give it a rest in the middle and just reeling it in. Popping it 3 times. 1, 2. Kind of letting it drift a little bit. I'm gonna let it sink down. Trying to mimic a dying bait fish. Now you're close to the bank and just pop it. All right, a couple more casts with the KVD. I'm gonna rip it in. I'm gonna move it like a crankbait. They're fishing up under the bridge. That's the best place to be as a bass fisherman, near bridge. Because fish like to cover, to ambush predators with. So all right, we're gonna move right along. Move on up. I'm gonna take my other rod with me. Save time. So what we're doing is just speed baiting. Speed bait is good for covering a lot of ground, especially unfamiliar All familiar places. Colorado blade works. Swim bait, lipless crankbait. Those baits work really well. Let me check my drag. So just popping it. This current is strong. But throw this one more go. I don't think it's heavy enough. If it was a heavy enough weight on it, it'd be good. But it's not. So let it drift to the bottom. Let bait drift to the bottom. Kind of giving it some pops as it's going to the bottom. All right. Let's see what we can find. Come on, baby. All right, we're gonna move to the ground and pound, and that'll be the last bait for today. Cause maybe those fish just want something at the bottom. This is past feeding time. It's like 2 o'clock, around 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna drop this at the bottom and see what works for that last lure. It's a basic Texas rig. Just throwing it to the bottom. Just letting it drop to the bottom. Pop, give it a little really light pops. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. And that current's too strong. But this is the setup. It's a Texas rig, open eye hook, and with a bullet weight. I would say that's close to a medium bullet weight, but I don't know. One last cast before I close it out for the day. It's simple. This is the perfect bait to work during this time of the year because fish are slowing down and they want something a lot slower. Basically just kind of pop it the first couple times, just twitching it, trying to get the fish's attention. And I start my big pops. Simple bait. Anybody can use. Works very well anywhere. Especially all black trick worm works everywhere. So if you like what you saw and it's been helpful, subscribe to Tactical Fishing, the Nature Boy. Come check me out again. Until next time, remember, keep it popping.
Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming.